This is yet another update on the garage that never opens. In fact, the people that live here in the Leominster area are, to be frank, getting a bit pissed. Because they got to go to either Fitchburg or find a ride now that shuttle service has been suspended for several months. Anyway, just to let you know, I'm trying to address issues on both sides because the contractor that was working on this garage had found the video sets and weren't very happy with what I had to say. However, keep in mind, I'm only going by what I know and what I see. And everything, including this, is not meant to defame anyone by any way, shape, or form. It's honest opinion. Also, keep in mind, we are dealing with contractors and MART, which are politicians. And as we know, politicians and contractors are two groups of people that no one could possibly trust, even if their life depended on it. Which also brings up a couple issues recently. Anyway, I have given the contractor credit for dealing with things like crooked steel, which you can see right here, both the blue arch there, and that behind it you can see a piece of steel that's bending backwards. It is actually bent backwards. Now, there were things like beams that were too short, and gave contractor plenty of credit for welding it in place instead, because that is a very suitable alternative. And there were all sorts of other shortcomings they managed to figure workarounds over. So, I mean, they get their credit where it's due, and then we also have other issues as well. Now, the new contractor has temporarily dealt with these drops of death. As you can see, plywood. Yeah, well, you know, for temporary, that's a good thing. Plywood. And definitely plywood. The same is on the other side as well. Now, from what I'm understanding, what I've read is that MART is okay with the job, yet they got rid of these contractors. It doesn't seem to make any sense. And the contractor says the same thing. MART is giving them a good grade, but they're saying that they stopped paying them for the final part, so they pretty much stop. Again, feel free to leave a comment if I'm kind of getting it wrong again. I'm going by memory. And of course, it's on the fly, so could be problems with some accuracy there. Anyway, onto the elevator. It looks like it's very, at least at this landing, I know the way the sun is hitting everything, it looks really good, but it kind of appears that ThyssenKrupp did a really piss-poor job of fitting the door into the opening. They didn't try to make it look like it was part of the structure. We cannot blame the contractor for that whatsoever. That's ThyssenKrupp's doing. And one of the things they did now, I know it looks like a, half-assed job, the lighting. You get these itty-bitty things suspended from the ceiling and these big spaces, but this was a good fit, and when this is on, this garage is very bright. Even the bottom 20-foot sections are very well lit. No problems there. And one of the other big problems that the contractor has corrected me on is this quote-unquote railing system that's on the garage. Now, according to the contractor, this is actually spec'd in the drawings. So, my question is, why would MART and the MBTA approve such a god-awful and dangerous design as a acceptable, shall I say, railing system? Or, I think as the contractor called it the retention barrier or safety barrier, something barrier. I apologize there. I've also had skateboarders, kids, and people using this garage, and now they've fenced everything off, and we got this sidewalk that's paved in, and we can get up close and personal with these wonderful quote-unquote barriers. Yeah, nice. That is pathetic. And to think it's the movement is dampened by this stairwell construction here. Now we're not going to go over there because technically this should be cordoned off. Right now they got a fence right there, but something should be put here because anybody could just walk down the hill, as well as the opposite side over there. Anyone could walk down the hill and walk underneath the garage. For what? I don't know. Oh, in fact, here's a section of this quote-unquote barrier, which is flimsy as anything. And so we can see. Would you like to slip and fall on ice and hit your head on this thing? I don't think so. Now, I mean, if you had an actual railing system up here, I mean, still you could get concussed, but it's better than hitting a very blunt object like this. I mean, just watch. Yeah, that's stability right there for you. Also, they've taped off the stairwells. One of the things that the new contractor has also done is they've put in the pay machines, which is right there. Now, for what I understand, because of all the delays, they might let people park here a couple months for free. Not even sure. So, this garage was supposed to have been opened a couple weeks ago. Are we not the least bit surprised that it isn't? Yeah, so a couple more things they have not dealt with. Oh, by the way, they never really finished the connection, if there is supposed to be a connection. They've finally, once again, cordoned off this section because we got two pieces right here. One right there, and one right here, where when this fence comes down, anyone could just jump right down, and you got a 5 and probably 8-foot drop. And according to the contractor, there's a document on this that the old contractor has filed, issuing that concern as well. So, who knows on anything. Oh, and let's look at some more crooked, I'm holding this straight. That beam in the middle, that's nice and straight. The one that's now in the middle, crooked as anything. As I've also said in the other videos, you know, the contractor can't make filet mignon out of cow chips. So, I mean, there's things that were against the contractor as well. Ultra cheap materials, ultra cheap labor, piss poor management at best. I'm looking forward to tearing this project a new one when it's time to review it. Here's some more wonderfully crooked, that column and that column. Those are crooked as anything as well. There's a whole lot of crooked and all sorts of bent materials. So that'll be it for now. I know this is kind of a long update, and we'll leave it at that. George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed, have a good one, and hopefully we got some messages across from both sides.